Hello everybody, and welcome to our overly bright Twitch channel. Now you have your toes in our somewhat tepid waters, I guess we better introduce ourselves. We're the Bloodthirsty Puppets. Today we are playing Dungeons & Dragons. It's in the homebrew world of Kaelstos, written by the wonderful Archie's in that other corner over there somewhere. And actually that's all I have to introduce today because, rip. So I'm going to hand everything over to Arch.
Rip.
Hi! So, we're gonna go around and introduce everybody and then do a quick recap and then we'll jump into the meat of things. So, first of all, let's start with the internet ghost.
That would be me. I am Onyx, and I play Leon, a human ranger with his trusty companion Ava, who is a white panther.
Yes, she is. And Casey.
I'm Casey. I play Morgaine. She's a bard, and she bards things.
Yes, she does. Sorry, dog was scratching at my leg for me to feed him. And Neil.
I play Maelik. He's a druid. He's a human. He had a sister at one point, and he does druid stuff. He's a bear a lot.
And the other ghost.
Rip. I used to play Calare, who used to be a human monk. She's
just a corpse.
Now she's just a corpse, yeah.
You can
We can fix that, it's okay.
So I'm gonna go mute myself now because I'm dead. And then we'll find out what happens to either Calare or my next character later. So I'm gonna mute.
Hashtag blame Morgaine.
Hashtag blame Morgaine. Actually,
Yeah.
hashtag blame
That's my
Thirsty.
Twitter handle!
You're gonna haunt her.
This is 100% Thirsty's fault. We had this conversation. I decided to blame Thirsty for this. So the one time he turns up, I die. So you know.
It was all planned.
Yeah, sure.
Hey Neil.
Yeah.
You know, it might be a good idea if you were in Roll20.
Okay.
Neil! I take back what I said earlier.
You mean the
So
nice
he
thing?
can't even manage
The
like
nice-
a full version of that. We
The
decided
nice
that.
thing, I take it back.
Can everyone calm down? Okay. I'm working on it.
We've been in this chat for like an hour.
Well, you know, we've been in chat. I didn't need Roll20 open when we were chatting. Nail it's open. Are you happy?
Great. So, to do a quick recap, last episode was our Spoopy Halloween episode, wherein the party was on the boat. They got caught in some fog, and when they came out, they found an uncharted island. They found a ship that was wrecked on the shore of the island. And we had our special guest, Thirsty, playing Verlin, his wood elf barbarian, stranded on the beach. You guys found him and went looking for the rest of the crew of the ship. Found a gruesome camp of cannibals. The cannibals decided to do some really messed up stuff with the dead people from the ship. You guys hightailed it out of there, wherein you got cut off by some of the cannibals. A fight ensued, and you all ended up fleeing, leaving a fair amount of them dead. I think there was another like 50 of them that were chasing you guys by the end there. And you got back on the boat carrying the dead body of Calare, who fell during the scuffle trying to save Verlin for some reason. And there was a conversation between Leon and the ship captain. Or, I guess, the sea elf that was sailing the ship.
Conversation through the captain.
Through the sea elf, speaking to some other entity about how to get Calare back. And now they are heading to Pearlshaw because there is someone there supposedly who can fix this problem. So, let me get the music back over. You guys are on the ocean. There we go. Alright. So, it has been roughly a day since you have left the cannibal island. Calare's body has been left on the main deck, covered in a tarp. The sea elf has since said nothing since sailing out from the island. And I imagine it's a pretty sobering experience. What have you guys been doing during this time?
I went and told Maelik that we have a plan.
Crying.
Good plan. How many days has it been? How much
It's been
time are
about
we
a
trying
day
to?
since you left the island.
About a day.
There's another roughly day or two until you get to Pearlshaw.
I don't think he's done anything spectacular. He comes up every now and then and looks over the boat, and kind of just hangs out in his sleeping quarters.
And by sleeping quarters, you mean like the little 5x5?
Yeah, my little blanket that I have on the ground.
Alright, so day goes by. There's really not a whole lot going on. After the fog has disappeared, you don't see a cloud in the sky. There's basically nothing. It's just empty ocean. Night comes back around. The sea elf has not moved, has not slept, just continues to stand at the helm. During the night, at some point before Leon goes to bed, the sea elf does say, "Master Leon, could I speak to you for a moment?"
Kind of surprised because he hasn't said anything in a pretty long time. I walk up to the captain.
A word of advice for you?
Yes?
Be careful and he pauses, and you see him kind of like tremble, and you see one of his hands come off of the wheel, which he basically has not done the entire time that he's been sailing. Puts his hands to his head, and then stops, puts his hand back on the wheel, and just continues staring out at the sea, sailing.
Look, he's trying to help me.
Aww. New friend. Save him. New plan. Save Sea Elf.
Mysterious no-name sea elf.
I'm just gonna say, understood, and then walk off.
Alright. So... Travis, come on. You're a pain in the ass. The night goes by uneventfully. You guys really don't need to worry about taking watches because this sea elf never seems to sleep at all. And next day, same thing. You guys just kind of getting bored sailing. Virlin at this point really hasn't been saying much. He's just kind of been standing at the front end of the ship, staring out at the open sea.
It's almost as if he isn't even here.
I know.
Not a single racist comment to be heard.
Just as the sun is beginning to set, you can see lights in the distance. You notice that there are several ships that are on the water that appear to be heading towards these lights as well. Most of them fairly well far off in the distance. Most of them appear to be bearing the lanterns hanging from the masts, signifying them as fishing vessels. Morgaine, you would recognize these as the typical fishing vessels that would be used by some of the smaller guilds within Pearlshaw. You remember, as like a kid, you used to go out to the docks and you would watch them sailing on the water, watch the lights as they would go by.
Okay, yeah.
Hear the stories of some of the sailors as they would come in about how they caught a fish this big. And naturally, they would end up making their way to your inn, so you're quite familiar with this.
Yeah.
The ship that you guys are on continues to sail closer, and just as the sun is beginning to go below the horizon, you pull into port. Now, Pearlshaw is not quite as big as Marheim. It is still a fairly large town, most likely due to the fact that it is one of the few port towns on this continent. The one thing that you guys notice is that a lot of the hustle and bustle that's going on currently all appears to be coming from the docks. Looking into the town proper, you don't see that many people walking the streets. Most likely because now with the sun going down, everyone's going inside, having dinner, going to bed. There are a lot of sailors, though. And all of them appear to be hauling off these big barrels, crates, nets full of fish. You see a few of the ships that are currently docked. There are workers currently unloading several crates and racks of what appears to be cloth and such. So yeah, the sea elf brings the boat in, quickly ties the boat that you guys are on to the dock, and a small plank is laid out for you guys to cross on. And the sea elf doesn't say a word, just gestures for you guys to get off.
Do you know where we should go? To the sea elf.
He just shakes his head.
Will you be staying here?
He nods.
Okay. Well, that solves the problem of carrying a body around.
Verlin quickly hops off of the boat, bids you all farewells, thanks you for saving him, and says something along the lines of, I hope we meet again one day.
But only you, Morgaine, because I hate everyone else. I'm not saying that as a, like, oh, I'm better than you thing. I'm saying that as a, like, he was racist.
I spoke
you
to
just
him.
happen
He'd
to
be
agree.
sad that she was dead. He's not totally racist anymore. Well, kind
That's
of.
fair.
Yeah, Morgaine just agreed with everything he said. Whatever.
Yeah, fuck it.
Morgaine, lead
Yeah?
the way, I guess.
Well, we can always go to my family's tavern, and then to my house, and we could stay there while we figure shit out.
Lead the way.
Okay. Morgan's gonna lead them to the barge inn.
Hopefully they allow panthers.
Ah, my family owns it. I'll allow it.
So, you guys, following Morgaine, find yourselves traveling towards the northeast end of town. Along the way, you pass through a small, what appears to be a shopping district. There appear to be a lot of empty wooden stalls where people would be set up for selling their various wares during the day. Everybody's packed up, though, at this point and gone home for the night. So, traveling along the roads you pass by, there's very few people out at this time of night. Morgaine, you're aware that, generally speaking, the only people that are out at this time tend to be the younger folk, we'll say.
Yeah.
And after a few minutes of walking, you find yourselves approaching what appears to be a very large, well-built inn. You see a sign hanging from the front door that says the Barge Inn. The sign is hanging by only one chain and is at an awkward angle. And the windows and door appear to all be boarded up.
Well, that's not right. I'm gonna go knock on the door.
You don't hear any response from inside. You just hear the hollow echo of the knock. On the door, there appears to be a large piece of parchment pinned up
Mm-hmm.
that says foreclosed.
Foreclosed. I guess we're gonna go to my house. Or to the guild hall. Let's go to the guild hall.
You're going to go to the guild hall. That is to the north. Right? Yeah.
Mhm. It's right directly next to the inn, actually.
Oh, look, we're there.
Yeah.
Casey, your shit is there's so much.
I know, listen, and this isn't even like the last version of it that I sent you. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to
That's
it.
okay.
I had it cleaned up.
Right, so you just going around the corner, you see the various interconnected houses that make up your family's guild estates.
Mm-hmm.
The lights appear to all be off. The doors similarly appear to be boarded up, as are the windows. And you see the same piece of parchment posted on each of the doors.
Morgaine, are you sure we're in the right place?
Yeah, this is the Aristea. This is my family's guild.
The four of you looking around as you're passing by one of the houses. Specifically, you notice it to be the home of your grandmother and grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that there appears to be a small dried patch of blood leading into an alley nearby. And you hear what sounds like something scuffling around in the alleyway.
I'm gonna check the alleyway out.
You walk over to the alley, just kind of peeking your head around, and you see what appears to be a dog.
Okay.
The dog appears to be about medium size, so maybe like 2 feet off the 2 feet high. Brown fur with a few splotches of white. And you notice that the dog is limping. There appears to be a gash along the side of it. And there is only one eye.
Can I do my ranger thing so I can know what's up with the dog, and then like just kind of kneel down and reach a hand out?
Basic mood and intent, emotional state. All right. Basically, this dog appears to have been attacked by somebody wielding a weapon. These definitely look like the marks of a blade. The dog is injured and appears to be trying to recover as best as possible.
Okay. I want to like not get right up on it because I don't want to scare it, but get kind of close and hold out my hand and see if I can get it to come to me a little bit.
The dog currently sniffing at some of the empty garbage cans on the side alley, looks at you, kind of makes its way over, limping as best as it can, and then just sits down in front of you and kind of lets out a weak whimper.
I cast Cure Wounds on it. And 8 points.
So you reach out, pet the dog, and heal it, and you see the gash along its side quickly mend itself together. You see the flesh seem to just reattach. The blood that was previously trickling out of it ceases to flow. The scratch that appears to be going down its eye mends itself up, however the eye still looks clouded over. And the dog, after a moment, stands back up and appears much happier, panting at you, and gives you a lick on the hand. And then keeps licking you on the hand repeatedly.
Oh, okay. I have another friend.
Morgaine, as Leon is coming out of this alleyway now with a dog in tow, The dog you recognize as one of the strays that lives in Pearlshaw. There's a few of them that are around. This one you're familiar with just because, for the most part, it has hung around your family's estates. Maybe as a kid, once in a while, you would toss it scraps or whatnot, so it was familiar to you all.
Mm-hmm.
Someone attacked it with a sword or something.
Oh my gosh. What's going on? She's gonna like kneel down and see if the dog will come to her.
The dog looks over and seems to recognize you and comes bouncing over and just sits down on your foot and looks up at you.
She's gonna like kneel down and pet it and give it some scraps of rations that she has.
Quickly takes it from your hand and starts munching on it. Tail wagging the whole time.
Do you know this dog?
Yeah, he's a stray that lives around here. He always hung out around my family's place. He sorry.
You think he would know what's going on?
The dog?
Well, you say he hangs out around here.
He's a dog. He can't talk.
I can talk to him.
Maybe. I guess if you want to try, he might. He's always around here.
Okay. I'll cast this Speak with Animals.
All right, cast it up so I can see it.
And
And the chat, for that matter.
doing that.
Gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for 10 minutes. Knowledge and awareness. Many beasts is limited. Okay. All right. So you cast a spell.
Woo!
And now instead of just coming from the dog, you hear nom 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 nom.
Hey.
He stops chewing, looks up at you. Hi.
Hi. What's your name? What do they call you?
Hi.
Hi?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm Good Boy. Yeah,
Good-
that's the name.
okay.
Good Boy. Hi.
Okay.
I'm Good Boy.
Okay, that works. Do you know what happened to the buildings around here where the people went? How long
Yeah.
ago?
Oh, people. Yeah, there's lots of people. Not so many people now, but there's people.
Where did they go? The ones that left.
Oh, nice people. They feed me a lot. Good people. Bad people. They came. They hit me. Not good people.
Oh, this was recently?
Yeah.
And the people that were staying in these buildings that are boarded up here, they left too recently?
Yeah, bad people came. Said, I don't know what they said.
Oh,
Did things. There was they talked or they barked.
this was
Not
today?
barked.
No.
Wait.
Yes. Well,
No. Yes. No. Wait.
no. Oh. How?
Hi. I'm Good Boy.
Hi. Good boy. Look, you're helping
Yes,
out.
I'm
You're-
Best Boy.
You're doing real great. Best boy.
Thank you. You have treats? Food?
That's a good question.
Not food. Water?
What do I have? Yeah, I've got water here.
Water's good. I
Yeah,
like water.
yeah.
Hi.
I give him some water. And
He quickly starts lapping at the water.
was this yesterday that the people left?
Uh,
When did you get hit? How long have you been hurt?
Time. When slept. More sleeping.
Slept once, twice?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Not many times though.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes. No.
Okay. There's probably an easier way for me to go about this. Okay. Good boy. I'm gonna speak.
Yes. Best boy. And he starts wagging his tail. He's very excited. Yes, I'm good boy.
Best boy.
Hi. Yes,
Okay.
I'm best boy. Good boy.
Just okay.
Hi.
Stay here. We'll see if we can help you out with the food
stay.
thing.
I know. Okay, I stay.
Good.
No.
Best boy. Best boy. I'm gonna talk in common now to everybody because I'm getting nowhere. Hey, this is best boy. Good boy.
Yes, I'm good boy. Hi.
Okay. No, this is common.
He still understands good boy.
Okay. All right. Oh God, I gotta talk to all of them at the same time. God. Okay. The dog has the people left when the bad people came, and the people left when the bad people came, and they also hurt the dog. So as recently as the dog was injured, the people came, and all the people that were around have run off.
Oh. Bad people.
Can I look at the blood that you said was on the ground and see if I can tell how old it is?
Sure. Give me a survival or medicine.
Definitely survival. 18.
Based on what you could tell, it looks like it's been dried up for a while. Most likely it's been about probably 3 weeks.
Oh damn.
Okay. Yeah. I relay that to the party.
Morgaine looks like really upset. I guess we can go to... I guess we can go to the Drunken Key and stay. Or the pool hall.
Do they accept panthers?
I don't know if they would. We could try to break into one of my family's houses.
Would you maybe be able to find clues there as well? Yeah, it could help. I mean, it wouldn't be a
I guess.
wasted venture.
Can I take them to where my house was? Also, can I bring Best Boy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's okay with coming with us. He's hungry, by the way.
Okay.
Food?
I'll give him food.
He goes up to me like, food?
Almost.
Yes.
I want to
Food?
bring Best Boy with me for the rest of my life. I love him.
Hi, I'm best boy. Hi.
He's
okay,
very
so-
hungry, very sweet.
I'm gonna bring them to my house where my family and I lived. My mom, my dad, and my brother and I.
All right. So you lead them 2 houses down where your family was staying, and it similarly is boarded up.
Mm-hmm. All right. I want to break in. Who has the ability to break in? That's not dead.
I mean, if there's a broken window, I can get in and unlock the door if the door is locked.
I mean, you guys could easily squeeze in through the planks. It's just there's 2 big planks put over the doorway as
Okay.
hey, you're not supposed to go in here.
We're gonna squeeze in. It's my house. Fuck it. I live here. This is where I lived for my entire life. We're going in.
Yeah, you pull out a key, quickly put it in the lock, turn it, door slides open, climb in through the planks. Inside, it's pitch dark.
Is Best Boy gonna be able to get in?
Yeah, he can slip underneath the wood planks, and
I just want to make sure that
time
Best Boy is
while
good.
you guys are walking, Maelik, all you hear is food. All right, we're walking. We're walking. I like walking. Walking's good. Walking. Is there
God.
food? We're going in here. Okay. All right. Wait. All right. All right. Sit.
Okay.
Sitting. I'm sitting.
I'm gonna shit. What do I have does anyone have torches or whatever? I don't need them because I have dark vision.
I cast
Where
dark
did
vision on myself.
Oh shit. I was about to be where did all my shit go? And then I realized I was in character instead of core. I was like, where did all my shit go? I feel like I'm going crazy.
We need to find dog food. It's gonna drive me crazy.
I have yeah, okay. I have candles. I can light some I can give you a candle or something, or if you have a torch.
For dog food?
No,
That's
for
important.
you,
I'm
not for.
going to lose
Your
my
shit-
mind.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen and see if there's any food.
Okay.
Okay. Can Maelik see?
In the dark? No.
That's why I was trying to be like, you want a candle so you can see.
Malik's distracted. He has
Maelik!
2 things to... What?
I understand you're distracted by the dog, but if you trip over shit and break my family's stuff, if there's any still here, I'm gonna be pissed. Here's a candle.
Thanks. God, and I light it because I still have produce flame,
Yeah.
Okay. So
which kind of makes the candle irrelevant.
you guys walk into the
Fair.
house.
I'm trying to be helpful. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, Belanda. You're not even here. You're dead.
Thanks. Do you know what? That really hurt my feelings. Oh, wait. Don't care. Dead.
What feelings? You're dead.
Anything
So-
in this house?
I was about to get to that. So you guys walking into this main entryway, it's a pretty nicely decorated house, or it looks like it was. Inside there is a main area where there would be like couches for people to be sitting on. There's a small fireplace in the corner. The couch appears to be shredded and destroyed. There appear to be books and various portraits and candles broken, scattered across the floor. There are a few chairs that are strewn about. Some of them are missing a leg or two. Standing in this main area, you can see that on the right-hand side there is a stairway going up to a second floor, and going straight leads to a back area where there appears to be a kitchen. Walking further in, as you guys are walking in, Leon and Maelik, you notice Best Boy is sniffing Ava, and Ava just kind of occasionally gives a growl at him and like swipes at him, and he just kind of jumps out of the way and is like, "Play, you can, Maelik, you specifically here, play."
Oh no!
Are we playing?
No! You just hear me like, no. Best Boy, listen.
You actually hear Ava too, specifically going, "Fucking dogs."
Ava,
Why are you here?
Ava, it's fine. Best Boy, come here.
I just kind of pat Ava's side, calm her down a little bit.
Ava actually looks at you. Maelik's like, "You talk Panther?"
Right, it's a magic. Magic? You know magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, got a little bit of that. Yeah, you got something to say? I can talk to other people for you.
Huh. I've never had to think about this.
You can take your time.
Luckily, you're smart now.
Hey, take your time, and if you ever want to, you just come get me, and I'll cast the spell again. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I can say this to you then. I like Master. Master is good.
Okay.
Master is friend. I don't like you.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't like her. And she picks a paw up and aims it at Morgaine. And the other one creeps me out. But she has gone on the eternal hunt.
Right. Yeah.
And if
Look,
you could
you
get
Ava.
this dog away from me before I kill it.
I am working on that.
And the whole time, Good Boy is like, play? Not play.
No.
Not play.
Good boy, not play. No.
Not play. Okay, not play. Not play.
No.
You play? We play?
Yes, later.
Okay. Food?
Also later.
Food later.
Still later. Yeah.
I can sit. See? And he sits.
Good. God.
Now food?
Can we keep him?
I think Ava will eat him.
Your cat likes you a lot. It hates the rest of us. Yeah, food, please.
I
You
give
guys-
Ava a little scratch for that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's real nice or whatever. Hey, food.
Kitchen.
You guys make your way into the kitchen, and you see a similar scene. There appear to be a few pots and pans that are strewn about the floor. There is several cabinets that appear to be half open. Some of the doors are only hanging on by a single hinge. The back door appears to be dented, it looks like. It looks like something may have impacted it from the inside.
From the inside?
Yeah. Looks like either someone like ran into it, was thrown against it, or something heavy may have been thrown against it. There's like a dent in the wood. Looking around, you do find a few bits of perished bread. That's about it, though. Looks like everything else was either cleared out or has since rotted. Smells not particularly pleasant right now.
Just Morgaine looks around at all this, and it's just like more and more distressed. Like, who could have done this to my family?
Ava makes kind of like a sour face, and you see Best Boy in the corner licking at something on the floor.
What is it? What?
It looks to be rotten food.
Hey, Morgaine,
Mm-hmm.
you want this?
What?
This dog.
Yes.
Then you should probably keep it from dying, because I'm not going to be able to do that.
I'm gonna grab another thing of my rations and whistle for the dog to give it some rations instead.
He turns to you here in the whistle, and he runs over. Food! Food! No.
I'm gonna give him a scratch.
You see his back legs start doing that kicky thing.
It stopped. Thank God.
I turned to Ava. I looked down at her. I'm definitely a cat person.
Yeah, I know. She knows too. It's fine.
I'm keeping him.
Great. Awesome. Just
Maelik,
what I want.
Can you tell Best Boy that Good Boy that I want him to travel with us forever?
I'll tell him later.
Maelik, you know, if you
You
don't
mean
want
when your magic wears off?
Later, just later.
We're getting a dog. We have a cat and a dog now. It's great.
And a snake.
A snake somewhere.
If we ever get Calare back, hopefully.
If we ever find any stone.
So I'm gonna go back to the living room, the common area-ish place that you were talking about.
Yep.
And I'm gonna break some chair legs off of one of the chairs, because fuck it, and make a fire in the fireplace. And then I'm gonna slump down on one of the torn up couches.
No worries. You gather up some of the broken wood, throw it in the fireplace, put a hand out, and using your deer power, light the fire.
You said there's an upstairs, right?
Yeah.
I want to go look around upstairs for anything that's not been taken or broken or something along those lines.
Sure. You go up the stairs, and you find yourself in a small hallway. There appear to be 4 doors, 2 on the left, 2 on the right.
Which one's closest?
Let's say the one on the right.
I go into that one.
You go into the first door on the right. It appears to be a latrine.
Okay. Not seeing anything interesting, I will go to the next door. On the right, I guess.
You go to the next one, open it up. On the outside of it, you can see that there is crudely written in what appears to be paint. You see the word Morgaine.
I'll leave that one alone for now.
And then below it, you also see another name written in much more childish handwriting that says Aether.
Well, I don't know who that is, but I won't go into Morgaine's room, whether it's torn up or not, without her permission.
All right.
And I'll go to the closest door on the left now.
You go into the closer door on the left, and it appears to be a storage closet. There are several shelves with clothes upon clothes, and moving some of the clothes around, you see that hidden behind the clothes, there appear to be several casks of alcohol.
I grabbed 2.
I thought you were going to say more clothes.
No.
And I was very excited.
You pull out 2 of the casks of what, based on smell, appears to be wine. And written across the casks, it says Dialatus Family Wine.
Okay. How heavy are these things?
Couple pounds.
Alright. Then,
Seems like it has a fair amount of liquor still in each of them.
alright. I probably can't carry too easily then, so I'll just take one. And I'll leave that fourth room alone for now and bring this to Morgaine. I feel like she could probably use it.
All right. You go back down the stairs. You find Morgaine curled up on the shredded couch. What is Maelik doing?
Has it been 10 minutes?
At this point, yeah.
Then he's enjoying the silence because,
Well, there's no silence. At this point,
well,
Best
it's
Boy
more
has-
silent.
has been basically running around your legs. It seems like he's chasing his tail. And every couple of rotations, he stops, sits down, looks up at you, and then he runs around again.
I love him.
Yeah, he's real great. 10,
I'm with Maelik.
10 fucking minutes. 10 minutes. I have to wait that out, too. I can't just stop it.
That's all you're doing? Just okay.
He's complaining about his, speak with animals experience.
Maelik,
loud.
if you haven't noticed, my family is missing. There was blood. The dog says there were bad people and he got hurt, and my house is destroyed. I don't care that you had to deal with an annoying dog. Sorry.
Okay.
Hey,
Wow.
Morgaine, I brought you something.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I feel like you probably need some of this.
Did you see my room, my parents' room? Was there any blood?
I didn't open your room, and I guess your parents' room was the fourth room, which I didn't check because I was carrying this, and I hand her the cask of wine.
She takes a big swig of it and then wipes her mouth and goes, "Would you guys come upstairs and look with me?"
Yeah.
And she wipes away her tears and she tries to put on a strong face, and then she goes, "I'm sorry, Maelik. I was an asshole. I'm just
Oh, you're fine.
stressed
I
out."
just-
You're what?
You're fine. I'm here to help.
You sound so sarcastic.
I mean, he's not being mean, but he's not being nice.
So you guys go upstairs, and you're going into Morgaine's room?
I'm gonna go into mine and Aether's room.
Okay. So one thing that your parents did, because you and Aether have a very sibling-esque relationship,
Mhm.
is they had a wizard basically come and enchant the room so that it splits into two rooms,
Mhm.
just so that you and your brother don't get in all sorts of stupid shit together.
We probably did it anyway.
Yeah, you found ways around it. So you walking up to your door, tap on your name on the door, and it lights up a little bit, and opening the door up, you find yourself in your room. Why don't you describe to me what your room looks like?
It is. Well, before I don't know how it looks now, considering that the whole house is destroyed. But
I can tell you that your room is untouched.
yay! Okay. It's super girly.
There's $1 million gold in there. Look at that.
That's what I was thinking.
It's really girly. She's got one of those pink. She's got one of those white beds with pink accents and the canopy over it with lots of stuffed animals. There's instruments strewn all about the room. Pictures of idols on the walls. It's very much the room of a young adult woman, like a girl who has just maybe somebody who's just around college age. It's there's books. There are pictures of her family, letters. It's a little messy. The room is very, very pink and white. There's like teddy bears all over the bed. And yeah, and there's a writing desk. So and yeah, there's like a chest, and there's probably some money in her chest, but
$1 million gold.
there's not like $1 million gold in her room. She wasn't like the person making all the money. She's gonna like go and look through her letters and stuff at her writing desk and grab a couple letters. And flop on her and like grab one of her favorite teddy bear, Mr. Flopsy.
So, taking in this scene, Morgaine,
Stuff him in her pack.
one thing you do notice that's out of place
Uh-huh.
is there appears to be a large package wrapped up with a letter on it on your bed.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna flop down on my bed, hugging Mr. Flopsy. And I'm gonna open the letter.
The letter appears to be in a scrawling handwriting. It appears to be written in Elvish.
Which I can read.
You can. And it says, Morgaine, thought you might appreciate a new one for your growing collection. Hope to see you here sometime. Signed, The Old Man. And ripping open the packaging, you find a very well-designed and ornately crafted acoustic guitar. There are carvings and embellishments that appear to be in the design of trees and vines growing about with leaves. The guitar appears to be strung already, and it gives off a bit of a sheen, as if it looks like it was polished.
I'm gonna strum a few chords on it and in awe.
You get like this flashback in your mind of when you were younger. The old elven man that you had seen drinking and playing in your pub. You remember talking to him after he gave you his guitar. You couldn't understand half the words he was saying. He was wasted out of his mind. You didn't even know he could write.
I didn't even know he knew where he lived. Although that makes sense, but you know, I wouldn't have expected him to remember me. That's probably what she's thinking right now. She's gonna take her black acoustic guitar off her back and lay it on her bed and put the new one on her back.
Sure. Yeah, the black one at this point is very beaten. There's a lot of dirt, dust, mud caked onto it from traveling on the road. This new one has that wooden sheen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Your best guess is that this guy probably crafted it himself from a tree. Because this looks extremely well made. And you do recall he had that bit of a darker skin tone to him, most likely signifying that he was a wood elf.
Right. That's so cool. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. She's just gonna tuck the letter away and walk out the room. She's gonna tuck Mr. Flopsy into her backpack, and she's gonna walk out the room and like nod for the guys to follow her.
Sure.
And
you walk out of your room, the door shuts behind you, as is part of the magic, just to make sure that there's no crossing of the streams.
And
you remember as a child, actually, you and Aether at one point trying to open the door at the same time from your rooms. And just every time one of you opened the door, it would slam shut in the face of the other one. At one point, Aether got one of his fingers stuck in the doorway and screamed bloody murder. You got punished for a week for that.
I'm gonna like smile at the memory and tap his name on the door.
The name lights up slightly and the door swings open, and inside you see Aether's room.
Is it ruined or is it?
It appears to be untouched. You do see that the room appears to be upgraded from when he was a kid. You recall when he was a kid, it was a much smaller bed, a little toy chest, and everything. Growing up, obviously, Aether got older. The bed has been expanded to make room for his girlfriend. There are now 2 chests, however, those you know to be where he stores all of his clothes and most of his possessions. The room is very basic. Most of the time he is out in the bar with Naveen, so generally he doesn't use the room very much except for sleeping. It's very simple and basic.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like nod and close his door, or close the door again.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna walk over to my parents' room and take a deep breath and open their door.
You open the door up, and the room appears to be untouched. There is a large bed for 2 with a canopy draped over it.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few armoires up against the wall. All of them appear to be closed. You can see a bit of a layer of dust on them, gathering after the time that you guys have been, or you've been away from home. And the fact that they've been gone for a while.
Is it 3 weeks or 3 months, you said?
3 weeks.
Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. I'm going to turn around to the guys and say, okay, so we can stay here tonight. One of you guys can take my parents' room, and one of you guys can take Aether's room. Tomorrow morning, I'd like to go to run to both the pubs and see if Naveen, my brother's girlfriend, if anything happened to her, if she's still around, and if she can tell me anything. And then I think I'd like to just run up to Hulda and see if they know anything. They're the other guild in town. And we can come back, sleep another night, and then we can head up to the swamps, because if I recall correctly, there might be somebody in the swamps who can help us with Calare. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Maelik, she's your sister. It's all what you want to do.
I don't know if all of that is time sensitive or not, so.
Okay, so we can just run to the 2 taverns tomorrow morning, and then we can head towards the swamp. But it's going to take... How long is it going to take to get to the swamp? I would know this, but I can't remember.
It's going to be about half a day's travel to actually get there.
Yeah, we can head up to the swamp. Do you think we should cart her body with us? Because we can run down to the docks, because one of the taverns I want to stop in at really quickly is over on the docks anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have her, so.
Okay.
We also need to do it without attracting too much attention.
Right.
So what's the plan?
Do you guys want to get her now and bring her back to the house, and we can take her from the house instead of taking her from the dock? If you guys want to run back down to, I don't think I can go back out right now, but if you guys want to go down to the dock and get her, there's not a lot of people out right now. You should probably be able to get here. I'll go with you and I can explain away anything, but you should be able to go and get her now without any trouble if you want to bring her up here.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably get.
Probably better to do it at nighttime.
Okay. Let's go get her body, bring it up here. We'll just run out to the taverns in the morning, and then we'll head up with her to the swamp. I don't know if this story I heard when I was a kid is true or not about the swamp witch, but I think it's our best bet.
Well, if that's what you think, then it's probably right.
I don't know. Your weird sea elf dude said that or your weird asshole dude said it was someone I know, right? Or someone I know of.
He said you would know what to do,
Well, that's the only thing I can think of.
which means it's probably the right thing.
That's all we've got, anyways.
Okay.
So you guys head back out of the house. The whole time, Good Boy is following you guys.
I love him.
Specifically, Maelik.
Oh, he's not. He can't. He's Maelik's dog. Dang.
And along the way, stopping out back of the tavern that your family owns, you do find that there's like basically a cart that your family would use to transport some of the alcohol down to the docks to be shipped out to other areas of the world.
Okay.
Luckily, alcohol carts are good for moving bodies.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay. I have an idea now. All right. Sweet. Okay. Let's go.
What if we all get shit-faced and forget about Calare being dead?
No, that's not it. No, I was thinking, I wonder if we have a blanket, and then I remembered I have an extra cloak, and I can put the cloak over the body.
We can just use the tarp that she's covered in right now.
Oh shit, she's covered in a tarp. I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get your sister.
All
Right,
right.
so you guys make your way back down to the docks. The sea elf is just standing there. Doesn't say anything as you go on deck. Quickly wrap up the body in the tarp, bring it onto the cart, and lay it out in such a way so it doesn't look shady as hell.
Don't worry about it. We're just pushing a cart. Middle of the night. It's fine.
Alcohol. We're just.
I mean,
bringing it
it's
back
not like night yet. It's still like the sun is only just set.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
it could be shadier.
Could be shadier, yes. Could be midnight and then it's very shady.
up. All right, let's head back to the house.
You guys make your way back to the house, put the cart either in the back or out front, up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably back where we found it.
Sure.
We don't want to draw more attention to ourselves.
Dude, it's my cart.
Yeah, but I don't know that we're supposed to be here. It's just kind of boards everywhere.
It's my house.
It used to be your house.
She kind of looks really stung by that. Like it hasn't really set in. I grew up here. All my shit's still here. Fuck that.
I just
Whatever.
shrug. Can't really say anything to that.
We can put her on the couch, I guess. Or if... That's the only other place I can think of.
She can stay in the room with me.
So you want to take my parents' room then? Because there's enough room on the bed for... Well, there's enough room on the bed for two people in both rooms. Whichever one you want.
Or you could just leave her on the floor.
Either way, whatever. If you're gonna leave her on the floor, then take my parents' room. There's more room.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I would be really uncomfortable laying in bed with a corpse.
Yeah.
Whatever. To each their own.
Especially if it was my sister.
This breaks so many rules.
Sick bastard.
Unnatural.
No, stop laughing. This is...
I'm desperately trying not to break the moves, dude.
Okay. Sad face back on. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go up and to my tap my name on the door. Grab the rest of the cask of wine, tap my name on the door, and go into my room and finish the cask and pass out.
All right. And the rest of you guys?
Tap her brother's name on the door. Lay out my bedroll because I feel weird sleeping on someone else's bed and sleep on the floor.
Weirdo.
I'll cuddle with Ava.
Aw.
I'm gonna go in the parents' room, and she can say somewhere nice on the floor.
Best boy follows you into the bedroom,
Oh,
jumps up on the bed, looks at you, tail wagging.
Morgaine.
I come out of my room. What?
Hey.
Yeah?
You want this? The dog, not Calare. The dog. You want
I'm
the
gonna
dog?
whistle. I'm gonna whistle for Best Boy.
Go on, go on.
Maelik, you see him stop. His tail stops. He looks at you. Looks at the door.
Yeah, here, go, go, go.
Back and forth.
I whistle again.
I
Turns
scoot
back,
in
tail
towards
wags, and
the
then
town.
bolts out the door.
I
Oh, God.
He
I'm gonna-
runs out and actually smacks into your legs.
mine.
Yeah, like
Aw.
he just was not expecting you to be right there, so he smacks into your legs. Like, oh shit!
I'm gonna lean down, pet him, open the door with my name again, and let him in the room and go in bedroom.
All right, he runs in, jumps up on your bed.
I'm gonna get on my bed too.
All right, so you guys all go to sleep. Morning comes around. Morgaine, roll me a con save, please.
Yep.
You feel really itchy.
Oh man, fucking dog has fleas.
It's not very comfortable. Yeah, the whole night you kind of been tossing and turning. The whole time, Best Boy has been curled up at the on your bed by your feet.
I'm gonna go take a bath. Really scrub.
Best Boy tries to follow you into the bathroom.
I'm gonna open the door to my parents' room.
He stops and looks at you, looks into the room, sees Maelik's like still sleeping, and then tackles onto the bed, pounces on Maelik, starts licking him on the face.
I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna take a
What the
shower or a bath or whatever.
All right.
Drown the fleas.
Maelik, you are awoken to dog kisses.
Stop, 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 stop. 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 It's like you're just rolling around and not really doing anything about it.
No, he just keeps licking you in the face.
No, Maelik rolls each way he can avoid it. Just
He keeps pressing his face into yours, like trying to get around to lick you.
no.
After I'm done with my bath, I'm gonna whistle for the dog.
All right, Maelik, mid rolling around trying to avoid. It's been like 15 minutes. The dog stops, perks up, turns around, runs out.
I'm gonna give the dog a really quick bath. He's not gonna be happy, but he needs to get rid of his fleas.
Yeah, Maelik, like 2 minutes later, you hear. "Ah!"
I just put my pillow over my head. I don't care.
After the bath is done, I'm gonna give him some more food,
All right.
so that he'll forgive me.
Uh,
And we both got rid of our fleas, right?
yeah. Leon, Ava is letting out like a discontent growl, just like.
I understand. Try not to eat him.
I'm gonna go knock on. I'm gonna be like, all right, come on, guys, bright and early, let's go.
All right, everybody gets up. Calare gets up. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so mean.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da. She's a zombie now.
The dog had zombie fleas.
So you guys get up, get yourselves packed together, make your way back outside, carrying a tarp,
Okay.
loading it up into the cart behind the tavern. And where are you headed?
Actually, I think that we should leave the body in the house while we go down to just check out the taverns really quickly, and then come back and get it and leave the town.
Okay, if that's what you guys would be doing instead.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to check out the 2 other taverns in town for Naveen. Is that what I named her? The girlfriend?
Navinia.
Yeah. Okay. Naveen. Yeah, so I want to check out and see if she's working in either of them, just to see if I can find her, if she's okay, and then we're going to come back and get the body and go over to the swamp.
I would have assumed that she would have been working in urine.
She did, but now it's gone, right? So she's got to be somewhere.
Gotcha.
Like once the place you're working is foreclosed, you got to find a new job, right?
All right. So, where are you headed?
Well, I'm gonna go down to the docks to the pool hall first.
That was the third tavern that you left out, right?
No, it's on there.
There's 3 taverns: the Barge Inn and the Drunken Key.
Oh my!
And then it says down at the bottom, it says the third tavern is called the Pool Hall, and it's right on the docks.
Oh, you spaced it out. Very annoying. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. So
Morgaine used to go to party.
You make your way down to the docks. There is the very familiar sight of the pool hall. There's a big sign written in very vibrant green paint. There is the picture of what appears to be like a wave from the ocean. You recognize this to be their like symbol for their business.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, at this point, since it's still early morning, there's really nobody there.
No, I'm gonna walk in anyway. Well, I mean, it's open, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't care if there's nobody there. I'm gonna walk in.
All right. So you guys walk in and find yourselves in quite possibly the weirdest tavern you've ever seen. Very unlike most other taverns, this place, the very center area, is a large depression in the ground filled with water. You see that there are what appear to be several teenage humans, a few smaller looking dwarves, and some elves. All of them appear to be very young, and they all appear to be passed out. You see various scattered mugs of ale spilt on the floor. There are a few people passed out on chairs, on tables, and you can see what appears to be 2 of the barmaids and the bartender himself going around with mops and brooms trying to clean up what was apparently a very rambunctious night of partying as usual.
Anyone I recognize from my partying days?
No, these appear to be a younger generation.
Oh, well, but about the bartender and the maids, the barmaids, or whatever.
Barmaids, not so much. The bartender you do recognize as a human named Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Big, bulky-looking guy. Most of it muscle. You are very well aware because he is on multiple occasions need to physically throw somebody out.
Was it me and my cousins ever?
No. Because of who you were, he never physically raised a hand to you guys. But
Fair
that
enough.
doesn't mean he hasn't
Thought about it.
technical speak. No, he's kicked you guys out. Just not in the physical sense.
So I'm gonna go, hey, Perry!
What? Who's... Oh, God. Morgaine, come back later. We're still trying to clean up from last
No.
night, please.
No, it's not
Thank
about
you.
drinking. I need to ask you something.
Yeah, oh yeah. What are you doing back in town? Hold on. Ladies, keep cleaning. He waves at the barmaids to keep cleaning, and he walks up to the group of you, and by the time he actually gets closer to you guys, he's standing like 6'5". He's towering over the rest of you.
Ava, wave.
Ava does the awkward paw thing, and he looks down and goes, "That's cute, I think."
I was just coming back through town with my friends. We're on our way up to Namai, but
Yeah, no, hold. Come here. And like he actually grabs you by the arm and pulls you aside to the back room.
okay.
And he's like, "The rest of you stay there. Morgaine, come with me." And he pulls you along, very serious, which he always tends to be very serious, but he seems to have a little bit of haste to it. And he pulls you in the back room, makes sure that the door is shut, and he says, "What the fuck are you and your family getting into?"
I have no idea what happened. I haven't been here in ages. I just went back to go see them, and everything's closed, and the house is destroyed. What happened?
Oh, just came back, did you? Oh, you missed a lot then there.
Yeah, I obviously, and no one in my family's written to me. What happened, Perry?
Your family's all gone.
Well, obviously, why? What happened? Who did they get mixed up with?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me that because there were some figures snooping around asking for your family, and of course I didn't tell them, of course, because I got you. We're cool.
Yeah,
Mostly.
mostly.
But, everybody here knows who your family is. They know where you are. So you shady folk ended up grabbing up all your family in the middle of the night. By the time we all woke up in the next morning, your family's gone. The whole foreclosure thing sucks. I mean, it's great for my business. No offense, sorry, but
I understand.
the town had to close shop on you guys. There was no one there to pay rent.
I understand. I know. Okay, geez, I get that. But so when did this happen?
About 3 weeks back.
Oh, wow. Did they get Niveen too? Is she okay? Was she there?
Niveen, that's God,
She was our barmaid. She was Aether's girlfriend.
I can't say I've seen her around. Most likely she was probably with your brother then.
Oh no. Can you tell me anything about the guys that were snooping?
It was hard to tell. I got a bad feeling from them. It was a bunch of folks wearing hoods low over their face, whatnot, real creepy types.
Hoods over their faces. That's so strange. Oh man.
I did speak to one of them at one point because they were asking about you and had a bit of an accent to him. Sounded like he must have been a sea elf or something.
A sea elf?
Yeah. I know not many of those around this part, but sounded like he was one of them sea-loving folk, so...
Oh my goodness. And they got everyone? My grandparents, my aunt, my cousins?
I haven't heard anything about anybody not being grabbed up. The town doesn't have the resources to be trying to pursue anything.
I know.
We sent off a carrier to Namai, trying to see if Capital could do something, but we haven't heard anything back from our messenger.
She kind of... Is there like a chair?
Yeah, there's the back room that you're in mostly is for preparing food, but there's like a small stool.
She kind of like sits on the stool, like taking it in, like she doesn't even know what to say, like...
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. You were always a good patron here, besides the rowdy nights.
Seems like I was so much younger then.
You're still a young pain in the ass.
Oh, thanks, Perry. She like gives him a wry smile. Gonna find my family, Amigalina and Amite, are gonna come back and raise hell again. Like, weak smile.
I'd prefer you didn't, but sure, you find them, you can bring them back here. The first drinks will be at a discount. Can't give it to you for free.
Oh, Perry, if you came to the barge inn, I'd give you a drink for free.
You would, and then your father would kick my ass right out the door.
Yeah, that's true. I was never a very good barmaid.
Well, good luck. I need to get back to cleaning up.
Thanks, Perry. She like just sighs, like really deep sigh, and like stands up, and she kind of gives him like a hug.
He awkwardly kind of like gives you like a pat on the back and is like,
Yeah.
Right?
She walks out and she goes back to her friends and she's like, right, well, there's no use. Well, I guess we could still check and see if Niveen's at the Drunken Key just really quickly. I think she might have been with my family, but I'd like to just know for sure. She says to the boys.
Okay.
And she kind of waves bye to Perry and they walk over to the Drunken Key.
All right. So you guys make your way back towards back towards the shopping district, and soon find yourself standing in front of another tavern. It's like you guys are bar hopping or something.
Yeah, crazy.
Morning bar hop. Hey.
Hey.
Alrighty.
And this tavern appears to be almost as big as the Barge Inn. Almost. There is a large sign outside that appears to have a painting of a anthropomorphic key that is half drunk out of its ass based on the hiccup bubbles that appear to be coming out of it and the odd facial features of it. Yeah, whoever made the sign had a weird sense of humor. And walking inside, you find a less chaotic scene compared to the pool hall. The tables and chairs are not all fucked up with people passed out. There are a few people sitting at the bar in the back of the room, just having morning breakfast. You can smell coffee. And you see that there is a... did you name the fucking... No, you didn't. Perfect. I like if I'm wondering you don't name NPCs. You see that there is what appears to be a wood elf standing behind the bar, who is currently just cleaning up, taking care of the gents that are sitting at the bar. Morgaine, you recognize this bartender to be Julios?
Julius?
Julios.
Julios. Okay.
Yeah. He never got along with your family.
Oh, cool. Even better. Morgaine's gonna walk up and be like shyly, like, "Hey, Julios."
He looks over. Morgaine, darling, why are you in my establishment? I thought we agreed your family was not to come near us.
I know, Julios, but they're missing, and I just wanted to know if you've heard anything or if you've seen Niveen. Has she come to you for work?
Missing, yes. I've heard such things about your family disappearing. Getting mixed up with some shady figures, I've understood. It's a shame, really. Such a prominent business.
Yeah, I'm sure you're really broken up about it.
Oh, I couldn't get any sleep.
Well, I'm sure your rat hole's doing much better now.
Much better, thank you.
So, Niveen, you haven't seen her?
We've upgraded. We've added a second floor. It's quite wonderful.
Don't get used to it, Julius. My family's gonna come back and dominate once again.
If you do find your family, please come let me know. I'll be happy to serve you all a glass of our finest wine.
That pig swill? No thanks.
But
So have you seen Niveen?
Niveen. The name, it rings a bell. But I'm not... Oh, yes, that was the, lady that your brother was dating, is it not?
Yes, it was.
Can't say I've seen her, no. Mayhaps she got tied up with your family's poor dealings.
Well, it was great to exchange pleasantries with you, Julius. Wonderful talking, as always, but I've got to go seek less sophisticated company. Rolls her eyes.
Don't worry, you ever need a drink, you know where to find me. I'll be happy to take care of you, dear.
Oh, Julius, the day I have a drink in your cruddy bar, that's the day pigs will fly. She just, like, walks out. She doesn't even let him say anything else. She just walks the fuck out. Well, let's go get Calare and go to the swamp.
All right, so you guys go back out, return to your family's tavern, and retrieve Calare on the cart, and start making your way north. Where is it? I had to spoopy shit. There we go. All right. So, making your way north out of town as opposed to following the trail that would head towards Marheim, you start leading the group out into the woods north of the town. Now, when I say woods, they're not densely populated areas of trees and everything as you would expect. It's more so just, well, a sparse gathering of trees here and there. The further and further along you guys travel, the more and more you tend to have a issue of the ground starts to get muddier, the growth begins to hinder. Leon, for most of the way, has to basically lead you guys around this increasingly swampy area.
Okay.
It takes a few hours of travel, just because it does slow you down. You find yourselves eventually in what seems to be a very thick bog. Even just standing anywhere along this nasty, muddy area, you're in up to, like, halfway up your calf in just nasty water and mud.
Ew.
Occasionally, one of you has to reach down and pluck off a leech.
Ew.
Just to clarify, is this fog non-magical?
It does not appear to be magical.
Okay.
At
That
least
means
not where you currently are.
That means I can still lead us without getting lost.
Continue walking in. As you guys got into the boggy area, Best Boy actually hops up on the cart next to Calare and lays down on top of her.
It's okay. He doesn't have fleas anymore.
Great.
Is Ava going to be riding cart as well, or is she sticking with you?
She's always with me.
All right.
I don't think I could make her ride the cart.
Not with the dog.
I love that we have this dog now, and I also love that it loves Maelik the best, but Maelik does not like it.
I'm an asshole to your dog. Your cat's an asshole to everyone.
Except me.
You know, except for
It's
you.
my dog, but it likes Maelik more than me.
So you guys continue making your way into this thick bog. The cart actually slows you down a significant amount the deeper in you get, just because the wheels start getting caught in the mud. You guys will have to go behind it and push while someone pulls. The whole time, the dog will just be sitting there wagging his tail. After a few hours of trudging through, in the distance through a small gap in the trees, you can see what appears to be a wooden cottage.
Oh,
We're gonna make our way there, too.
Yeah.
If we can, at least.
Making your way through these trees that have progressively gotten thicker and closer together, you squeeze through and see that this cottage is entirely made of a dark wood, raised up on stilts so that none of it actually touches the water. It appears to be raised up about like 2 feet off. And there is a wooden ramp leading from the front door down into the nasty, murky water. It appears to be a 1-story building. Looks like it's big enough that there's probably 2-3 rooms. No windows, just a single door.
Would I be scared of the swamp witch from childhood stories?
You know that this childhood stories never said anything good.
Okay.
Pox being spread, people being turned into toads, other people being turned to stone, people being consumed and eaten in a flesh pie.
So we're here, I guess, possibly. Be worried. All the stories about the swamp witch are bad. Getting eaten, dying, stuff like that.
that's nice.
Who wants to go knock on the door?
I'll do it. I'm half the reason we're here, anyway. And I walk up the ramp and knock on the door.
Is everybody going with you, or are you guys all staying back?
I'm staying back. I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable with the Swamp Witch as Morgaine. Casey is very excited about the Swamp Witch.
Maelik?
I'm gonna pick up Calare and be behind Leon.
Okay. Leon, you go up to the door, Ava padding along beside you, seemingly very uncomfortable. And you raise your hand to knock on the door, and the door, even before you hit it, just swings inward.
Oh, we're expected.
Inside, it appears to be dark.
Terrifying.
I cast dark vision.
You start the incantation to give yourself the dark vision, and even before you finish the spell, you hear a and several torches inside the building or the house light up.
In that case, I won't stop casting dark vision.
And you hear from inside, you hear a voice. Come in!
I guess.
I do so.
I guess I'll go in too. But
Yep.
I'm gonna come in too, but like I'm gonna be at the back. I'm gonna be like right by the door, ready to bolt.
Sure. You walk in.
Most comfortable.
As you all enter inside, Morgaine, you reluctantly enter into the room behind Leon and Maelik, and
Does
the
Best
door...
Boy come with us?
No, he stays in the cart.
Okay.
And the door slams shut behind you. And
I don't
you
like-
find yourself in a what appears to be like an alchemy room,
Mm-hmm.
if it can be called that. There appears to be shelves and shelves of old, dusty books. Many of them appear to be bound in leather, or what you would assume to be leather. There are several tables aligned with various beakers, some bowls of what seems to be some weird concoctions of leaves and liquid of various colors. There is what appears to be a podium with a book currently closed resting upon it. And there is a doorway in the middle of the room against the wall that appears to go to the back of the building. In the middle of this room, there is a table, and seated at the table, there is what appears to be a very old woman with a black robe, hood coming up over her head. From what you can see, she has a long, pronounced nose, lanky, greasy, white hair that falls down in just a messy tumble down to her shoulders, sticking out from the hood. And she looks up at the three of you as you enter, and she has these very, very vibrant green eyes. And she looks at the three of you and says, "Ah! I've been expecting you for some time.
I'm sure you have.
Leon, Maelik, Morgaine, it's a pleasure. You can call me Terriana." And she gets up, shuffles over, and holds out a hand as if for you guys to kiss it. It's very wrinkly. There's a few warts, liver spots.
Leon mentally wonders how you would spell that name.
Terriana.
Could you type that out?
I can.
Thank you.
Better yet, I'll just copy pasta.
Okay.
Easier to copy out of my notes.
Okay, I'm gonna kiss her hand, I guess, because I don't want to be turned into a toad.
Yeah, Maelik looks very uncomfortable with it, but like need favors. So it's very clear he's uncomfortable.
Leon's kind of done being uncomfortable with things after having all these dealings with a seemingly omniscient being. So he's just like, whatever, it can't get weirder. And I kiss her hand.
She says, "Good. You all know your manners. That's good." So, I have a fair idea of why you're here, but please indulge me.
We were told that you might be able to help one of our party members who is not in perfect condition right now.
Indeed, I can sense her soul as we speak. And she gets this very distant look for a moment. Calare, yes. It's a shame how she passed. She seems to come back to and looks at you and says, and you would have me aid you? Me, a stranger who you know nothing about?
I have on what I believe to be good authority of someone telling me that you will help, and in exchange, you have something you would like us to do.
Ah, yes. Your... shall we call it master?
I don't think we should use that word just yet.
Ah, but yet a slave you are, Leon, my boy.
If that's what you would like to think.
Are. Yes, I know of who you speak. And yes, I can help.
What is the cost?
A favor. From you as a group, and one from her. And she gives a nod towards Calare.
We were only told about one favor. Why are there two now?
One goes with the other, in a sense. Also, you took your sweet time getting here. It's going to be more difficult for me.
Okay.
Wonderful. But I'm going to need some things.
Such as?
Blood.
How much?
Just a few drops.
That's
Maelik,
fine.
dear, you're actually perfect for it because you share the same blood.
Whatever helps this go smoother, I guess.
Of course, of course.
I'm sure Calare has blood in her still.
Ah, old dried up bloods. Doesn't work the same. Right, well, bring her in, lay her on the table here. Let's get started. Maelik, I expect you to keep yourself under control, dear. She gives you a look.
Yes.
Good. Lay her down. Let's go. Hurry up. I don't need the top. Get rid of that.
I put her down.
You lay down Calare's body. There's a slight thud as her head hits the table. And she just ragdoll lolls about. And
Ouch.
she removes all of the chairs surrounding the table and stands over her and goes, okay. Good, good. Very well, then. This is going to be a challenge, to be certain. It has been a very long time since I have had to bring one back from the dead, and it is not something I enjoy repeating. Maelik! Come! Cross from me!
Okay. Yep.
Hands above the body!
Okay.
She, from beneath her robe, pulls out this very gnarled-looking dagger made of bone wrapped in what appears to be some sort of skin for the hilt.
He closes his eyes.
She very quickly snaps her hand out and pokes a hole in both of your palms. And with a very firm iron grip, grabs your wrists and turns your hands over so that the blood drips down. And you all just see drip, drip, drip as the blood cascades over Calare's body. And she pushes you back so that you're standing up against the wall. And she starts waving her hands through the air, gesturing over the body, chanting in this arcane language that sounds to be very ancient, beyond anything any of you know. her eyes begin to glow an even brighter red, green, encompassing the entirety of her eyes. You can see a green mist beginning to descend from her hands over the body. And I need the three of you to take your headphones off. And Blood, we are going to have a moment here. How you doing, Blood? You good?
Yeah, I have coffee.
Sorry for
Need this.
putting you to sleep there.
No, it's not rude. I'm just staying still at 4:30 in the morning and trying not to react is difficult.
No worries. I'm going to stop the music because this is actually something a bit more important.
Okay.
Hang on, I even need a drink because this is going to be some deep shit. Calare, you feel nothing. You see nothing. You hear nothing. All about you, nothing. What is this abyss? You ask yourself. Am I dead? These thoughts plague your mind, or is it your mind at all? Is this conscious thought? It can't be if I'm dead, right? Perhaps there is more to this. And as these thoughts ripple through what can only be assumed is your mind, you're here, or rather, you are somewhere. You can feel that you are indeed somewhere now. The darkness around you now seems to have depth. You can sense more than tangibly feel that there is space around you. You feel as if you have a body, though you can't see it. A strange feeling washes over you. Your body. You can feel it. The connection to each of your appendages that allows for movement and contacts. Though you do not feel a heartbeat. Nothing. Just silence from within yourself. You realize you have not taken a breath since this feeling of tangibility became reality. Though you also realize you can't breathe, nor do you feel the actual need to. Perhaps this new realm you are in makes manifest thoughts? A test, then, you decide to try. You concentrate on your eyes, on what it means to see with them, and how you have perceived things in the past. Did you ever really have a past? Did anything you recall really happen? Never mind, just focus. As you narrow your thoughts down to the concept of sight, the darkness around you doesn't move or change. But you feel you are actually seeing the darkness instead of just... How were you perceiving the darkness before, if not with sight? Strange, this world's operations. No matter, you can see now, you think. Can I see my body? You look down and indeed see your body floating in this endless realm. You are naked, unblemished, whole. Your body appears as if freshly created in its prime form. But why would my body be blemished, you wonder? The incoherent memories you think are within your mind could just be creations of your imagination, meant to occupy your time within this nothingness of your surroundings. Or perhaps not. Your mind feels fuzzy. Maelik. That is... a name? Why do I know that name? What is a name? Do I have a name? I must have a name if a name is what a name is. Am I Maelik? No. Even now I know that can't be right. But it carries familiarity. And you hear from somewhere in this dark void around you. Bethana. My name, or that is, a name I carried. Calare! That was it! You pause in your revelry of recalling your name. What does it matter? Why does any of this matter when my life consists of nothing? Everything here. Nothing. And then you hear a voice. Now, Bethana. There is much to your life, and much more to go. Come to my voice, child. You hear the voice, yes. Sound. You remember now. You can hear the void around you, and distinctly hear where the voice is coming from. A light. You can see it now, in the distance. It's small and gray, but it stands out as clear as... day? Yes, from the sun. But where have you seen such a thing, let alone know what it is? Come to me, my child. All shall be answered. You have yet a part to play. You shake out of your withdrawn state. You can see the light. But how can I get there? You urge yourself by sheer force of will. Concentrate. Focus. You are moving. Yes. It's getting closer. Or am I getting closer to it? Yes, that's it. Closer. Closer. Bright light encompasses your vision. It's all that you see, but only for a moment. You blink and find yourself standing in a rectangular room, roughly 20 feet by 20 feet. The walls and floor are gray and plain. You're standing in the center. There appears to be dim light throughout the room, and yet no source. It is a very rare thing for someone to see this room, young lady, so consider yourself lucky. You hear the voice from behind you. You turn around, and standing before you is an old woman. Wrinkled, leathery skin, thin white hair draped down over her shoulders from beneath a dark hood. She appears to be wearing a simple black robe, but your eyes seem to be focusing in and out rapidly, as if there is more to focus on but can't seem to grasp it. The more you stare, the more you think you can almost see through this woman. Literally. She gives you a smile and raises a single crooked finger to you and beckons you closer. You feel your body float through the air until you're only a foot away from the old woman. It has taken a considerable effort for me to pull you here. It's not as easy to grab someone from the void when they have so wholly given themselves over to it. Consider yourself lucky you have insistent friends, and that they have already sworn to do me a favor, as will you with them. You attempt to speak, but nothing comes forth. You can't move nor avert your gaze. She gives you a tisk, tisk, tisk. Yes, yes, I'm sure you gave yourself over to the void willingly, whether you consciously chose to do so or not. Wishing not to return to the life you knew. Yes, you're like me in that regard. Life is life, and when death comes, you accept it and do not seek to reverse it. Yet, I have the power to do so regardless, and you do not. Nor do you have a choice in this matter. You may hate me for what I do, but I see something within you. Something the world is soon going to need more than ever. You and your friends have a bigger part to play than any of you realize. This is why I leave you no choice. To uphold the balance of life and death, sacrifices must be made. And I'm volunteering you. Her hand suddenly streaks forward and runs through your chest into your heart. You feel searing pain. The world around you turns crimson red. And you're awake. You find yourself laying on the table in what appears to be a small wooden cottage. Standing over you is the old woman. Nearby, you see your friends watching with concern. And this is where I'm going to pull them back in. Casey?
You broke it.
What broke?
Your
Oh
camera?
man. Freaking stupid. There. Sorry.
Just gotta wait for Onyx to come back.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, you three
Stupid.
watch as this green haze descends over Calare's body. And you see the body begin to jerk. You see the muscles beginning to spasm, the arms, legs beginning to shake and quake. You see Calare's eyelids beginning to flutter.
Mm-hmm.
You see her chest appearing to rapidly compress and decompress as if she's breathing, but in a false mockery of what breathing is. And you see her eyes suddenly shoot open. You hear the intake of her breathing, just... And Maelik, you feel something in your mind, in your body, beginning to get very angry, very aggressive. You feel your heart racing. You feel your hands beginning to clench and unclench without you even willing them to. Your eyes, you can feel them narrowing. You can feel your vision beginning to tunnel. And you feel your consciousness being drawn away, as if you're no longer in control, just an observer of the events through your eyes. The rest of you, Calare included, as you awaken from your death, you hear the sound of snapping and cracking, bones being broken and remade, reshaping. You look over and see Maelik's body beginning to grow, expand. You can hear his bones snapping, cracking, reshaping themselves bigger, bigger, longer. You see his skin changing to a deep forest green. You see scales sprouting from everywhere along his body. From his neck all the way up to the top of his head, you see a hood growing out, extending itself, making him look even bigger. You see his hands extending, fingers elongating, claws sprouting and growing longer, longer. You can see his legs merging together, extending longer, longer, turning into this massive tail that just extends down to the ground and coils about him. You can see fangs of pure electricity beginning to sprout from his mouth. You can see his eyes nothing but slits at this point. You can see tendrils of electricity jumping all along his body. Flashes of blue along his scales. And you see this very large serpentine creature now where Maelik was. And you hear it let out this primal hiss. And it lunges out at Calare and the old woman. Claws extended, teeth bared, ready to sink its fangs into whoever is to fall first. And you see the old woman turn without blinking an eye. And she just holds out a hand at Maelik and clenches her fist. And you see mid-air, this serpentine creature suddenly come to a screeching halt, as if hitting some invisible force mid-air, being held aloft. And the whole time, it's thrashing about, hissing, spitting out saliva at just whoever is in range, trying to swipe out with its claws. And you hear the woman say, "I told you to keep yourself in check. And yet you go and try to do this. I meant the warning for you specifically, not for Maelik, foolish creature." And she lowers her fist down, and this serpentine creature's lowered to the ground and held in place.
What the fuck?
She looks at Morgaine. She goes, "Now, dear, don't antagonize it just yet. I can only hold it for so long. I need to have a chat with you." And she turns back to the snake.
What is happening right now?
"You may not be aware. I know your name." And Maelik, even from inside of this creature that seems to have taken control of your body, You can sense it recoil at this, as if its name actually means something to it. Yes, I know your name, Kildrak. And you hear... In your mind, you hear this loud, like, screech. And the rest of you in the room can see it, like, renewed thrashing, lashing out at this woman. Calare, you're just beginning to get feeling back in your body, trying to sit up and see what the hell is going on. And the old woman just looks at this snake creature very calmly. Yes, I know your name, Kildrak. And I invoke your name that you be controlled by who you inhabit. And she puts out her other hand with an open palm pointed at the snake. And you see tendrils of white and black energy beginning to lash out from her hand and start binding itself around and around and around the snake, faster and faster and faster, until it seems to be hidden behind this tornado of white and black, merging together into a swirling whirlwind of gray energy. And then she lets go with both of her hands. The whirlwind dies down, and standing in the midst of this tornado is Maelik. Maelik, you have control of your body. You recall everything that just happened, and you feel a semblance of control over yourself, something you didn't feel before. It's a weaker connection, but you feel like it's there.
What did you do?
I helped you, dear. You're welcome.
I can see that. I've never seen what it's done before. That's not normal. And also, what did you do?
What I did was take a hold of your heart in a magical and literal sense, just to hold you at bay so you don't attempt to kill me, which I don't appreciate, by the way.
Wasn't me.
Indeed, it wasn't you. Well, it was you, and it wasn't you.
I can't.
And she gives a look over at Leon and gives a wink at him. Looks back to you and says, I made it so that it is bound to you, and not you slowly being bound to it. You're welcome.
Thanks. So wait. You gave me more control.
In a sense. It will grow as you adjust to it.
Okay.
Can't have you going around killing everybody in sight, not with the world as it currently is, now can I?
No, that was what I was trying to not... Yeah, I've been working on the whole thing.
And it's gotten you so far, hasn't it?
Well, this is better than it's been in the past, so yeah, I guess, in a weird way, yeah.
I'm sure. Calare, dear, come up, come on, sit up. You there? Morgaine, grab some water, please. I imagine your dead friend is thirsty.
What the fucking hell is going on right now?
Many things, dear. Please, I'm old, not deaf. If you could please get the water for your friend here.
She's just gonna okay, and she just walk over and get the water, water and bring it to Calare and just go, my entire world is just expanded / imploded. I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. I don't understand what a person is anymore.
Calm down. Sit down.
Your brother just turned into a...
Sit down.
Be humble.
And I give her a water back.
I want to walk up to Calare.
Fuck you.
Are you okay?
No. I'm not. Do I remember everything that happened?
Yep. Every last bit of it.
Do I have an inkling of what she is?
You have a suspicion.
What is this purpose, this favor?
Getting straight to the heart of the matter. That's why I chose you as is. Well, we'd best sit down, sit down. I'll try to explain what I can. I imagine there are many questions, and she looks at Morgaine, glares daggers, and is like, come, sit. And she pulls over the chairs that she had pushed away and gestures for you all to sit at the table, which still has a little bit of blood from Maelik.
On the table? I have no intention of getting off right now.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my shit in real life about this. And I can't play Morgaine as any way other than losing her fucking shit over it, because I'm sorry, what the fuck? You're a were-snake. What the fuck?
I wouldn't phrase it as just...
No, that was me. That's not Morgaine. That was Casey.
I can't tell right now.
I can't either.
Just
I was
be
gonna say-
Morgaine.
Freaking the fuck out a little bit.
Don't channel it through you.
Okay.
Channel it through
Okay.
Morgaine.
Stay in character.
Morgaine's not gonna say anything because the fucking swamp witch is tearing daggers at her, and even if she's in a freaked out state, she's still scared of the swamp witch lady. So,
Right. Well, I imagine you have many questions. Who's first?
The favor. My purpose.
Your favor, yes.
Their
I have...
favour.
Their favor or your favor?
Their
There's
favor
two of them.
first. And she kind of frowns.
Right, well... Your favor as a group is I need you to restore balance to the world. I can't do it in my old age. I am weary. I am tired of the road. I have had to deal with much of it in my life. And I want you to be my champions, in a sense. A bit cliche, I know, but... There's something about your group that I believe I have faith in.
That's good and all, but that doesn't tell us anything.
Oh, I'm aware. I will get to the details of it. But I'm just giving you the broad sense before I get into the minute details. I understand, Leon, you are always the one looking to get the minute details of things, but trust, I will give those in time. Start big and then work your way down to the smaller things.
Get on with it.
Well, which part? I've given you the first answer.
They don't know who they're a champion for.
So you want to know who I am, is it?
I have a suspicion.
I will bet you do. Your dealings, your work, and your temple have had, brushings with what I deal in.
It's just inclined her head.
I am the aspect of death. It is a pleasure to meet you all formally and appropriately.
Death has an aspect?
Indeed, there are aspects of many things in this world. I know of a few. There are many more I do not know of. But I know what I am the aspect of, and that is of death.
Well, I can see why we were sent to you then.
I find it funny, though.
Why does an aspect listen to the one you call my master?
I don't listen to that fuddy-duddy idiot.
Well, that's good to know.
He thinks that he's pulled one over on me and pulled one over on you, but let's be honest here. I do what I want when I like. And I had a purpose to play with you all regardless. It just so happens that now the favor that he owed me is paid through you.
And what do you expect of me?
You, my dear, have what I like to call the touch of death upon you. You are connected to me through my magics, a little bit differently than any normal person that dies would. For you were dead. I had to reach my hand through the void and yank you out. So my mark is forever upon you. Not literally, there's no marks upon your body, dear. But your soul will say, there is a mark upon it. You are mine. And so I am responsible for you, just as you are responsible for me.
That doesn't really answer my question. What do you expect from me?
Servitude. Not in a slave sense. This world has forgotten the meaning of death, and I do not mean in killing. Death is more than just sending people to their deaths. It is also about life. There must be a balance. Ah, you're catching on, my dear. Good. I thought you would. Your beliefs and your mentality are more aligned with mine, as I said. Casey, I'm gonna stab you. You're gonna be dead. This world has fallen into disarray. It is forgotten that there should be a balance in all things, life and death. People have a certain time when it is their time to pass. It was yours those few days ago when you perished. But I have reset the clock, we will say, on yours. You are mine, wholly whether you choose to or not. Unless, of course, you would rather I send you back to the abyss, but,
I do.
well, to be fair, I'm not going to do it. She gives you a smile.
She looks away.
Have I answered your question, dear?
Yeah, you have. What of my brother? What the hell is going on with my brother?
Ah, now that's a much trickier subject, for there are things that I don't know. I know Shocking Death doesn't know everything, but there are things I don't know. And there are things I do. Such that the creature within you, Maelik, and she turns and looks directly at you. The creature within you is a creature of death, not of my making, but that is its intent. To kill and maim and slaughter everything in its path.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know this?
I can't tell you. There are things that I don't know. I can tell you that it was created.
Through the disease.
Yes. The disease that you know as snakeburn. It was not a natural disease. It was created, manufactured, with a purpose that I do not know.
Why
But-
am I not affected the same?
Different strains, my dear.
I didn't beat it
But
like
you
other
did.
people. It doesn't seem like I did.
Well, you're alive, aren't you?
Yeah.
Then you did indeed beat it. However, it seems that the disease, if you could call it that really, took effect in a way that probably was not intended. My best guess, based on everything I have heard and seen, is that you were supposed to be transformed wholly and fully into that creature that you became. Not remain as you are with sporadic changes.
Huh. Do you have any idea who wanted this?
I don't. Whoever it is beyond my sight.
You said its name. What does that mean? How do you know it? What is the relevance of that?
It is a creature of death, so it falls within my domain. It was created with the purpose of killing and nothing else. So, if it falls within my domain as is such, then I know what it is. Or its name, rather.
And why didn't it kill everyone here at the campsite?
Convenience. You and your group, or I should say your group themselves, have proven themselves resourceful and useful. So it left them alone so that it could further be enabled in the future. If your friends ever, I imagine, attempted to leave you or attempted to bodily harm you in a way that would kill you, I imagine that you probably would have killed them. But Kildrak viewed them as useful assets, we'll say.
Wow.
Did I make myself clear enough with that?
I guess I'm just taking a minute, you know. It's a bit naive, I guess. Just thought it was something else. Anyways, what do we need to do for Calare? How do we go about this?
Well, if I'm being honest, you, Maelik, are, well, the product of this balance that I have had ruined. The snake people. You've had encounters with them already, I understand. I have seen them, for I have seen them pass into the void as well.
Right.
They are upsetting the balance of this world. Life and death were not meant to be tampered with in the way that they have been. You yourselves have already been impacted by it.
What do you mean?
She takes takes a hand and reaches out and puts her hand on Morgaine's cheek. And Morgaine, you feel her hand flare up with heat, immense heat. And in the matter of like 5 seconds, your antlers are immediately out, pronounced, and your hair is writhing with the flame. And she pulls her hand away and says, "That."
How is that? How does that deal with death?
They are tampering with the wildlife in some experimentation, I imagine. And it has now impacted you. But it is causing immense chaos in the world, which is causing death. And not in the way that it was intended to be. Deer should not be running around, setting fire to woods, killing innocent creatures, potentially threatening others of a more sentient nature, in a sense. The fires that you saw in Saverna, for instance, people got hurt. They could have died, and it was not their time. It goes against nature, and life and death is very much a part of that. But there is hope in each of you. You, my dear, have the fire deer within you. And you have the Raven, the power of thunder enhancing. Maelik, I believe we've witnessed what it is that you have. And Calare, my dear, you recently came into yours, the bat with the power of light, was it?
She just nods.
I am a little sorry, but at the same time not, that I may have changed that a little bit with the, well, your death and reanimation.
What am I
Raise
now?
one of your hands, my dear. Close your eyes and think back to the void, the darkness that you were drifting. And the rest of you notice a globe of eternal darkness begin to emanate from Calare's hand. The radius itself doesn't go out much further than maybe 5-6 inches. But it seems to radiate from her hand, and Calare, as you then open your eyes, focusing intently on this void, you see your hand engulfed in this darkness. Death has a funny effect on those who come back from it. Especially in your case, being that you were imbued as such.
What does this mean now?
I believe the four of you are on a path that I once took. I believe the four of you are on the path to aspects.
Us?
What makes you say that?
Because you have been fused with these different elements. And I believe that that raw element has taken a hold of your body and your soul in a way that only the power of an aspect could.
Are you saying that, like, I'm going to be the aspect of fire and he is going to be the aspect of thunder and he's going to be the aspect of electricity, was it? That Maelik got?
Lightning, yes.
Yes. And she's going to be the aspect of darkness.
If you continue along this path, then yes.
Wow.
I cannot tell you what you must do to further your path. For each one is different. Just as mine will be different from yours, as it would be from any of the others.
Wow.
I thought there would be more questions than this.
Is all death under your purveyance, I guess?
Is what?
All death under her purveyance? Did she see all of everything related to death?
I can.
Can you tell me if my family's dead?
I could.
But you won't.
That would cost you. I do not give out information such as that freely.
What would it cost?
She leans back, gnarled hands, just kind of rubbing her chin. An item.
Which one?
Actually, no. Because that item would probably get you all killed, and I can't be dealing with that. Well, I was going to have you fetch a phylactery for me that was lost in the void, but you
No.
wouldn't survive that sort of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something that 4 idiots can do. Or 1 idiot. I'm an idiot. That's just...
No, I agree. We would all perish. I have an idea. The dog.
My dog?
I want the dog.
What do you want to do with him?
Companionship. I'm lonely here in this cottage.
You want best boy? Oh. Ugh. Okay.
Call him in, would you please?
Morgaine whistles for him.
You hear something, you sound the sounds of ruckus outside, and then you hear thump as something smacks into the door. And then you hear what sounds like claws scratching at the wood.
I'm gonna open the door and let him in.
You open the door, best boy comes running in, starts running around in circles, looks at you, hops up, gives you a lick, runs over to the table, sees Calare sitting up, goes up on his hind legs, puts his paws on the table, wags his tail, looks at Calare.
I just ignore him. She's not looking at anyone or anything in particular. She's just completely ignoring him.
After a few seconds, he stops, looks over at the old woman, sits down, tail wagging. Wonderful. Your family is alive. They are across the sea. And I give you that because you gave over so willingly the dog.
It was hard.
He'll be fine.
No, for me.
Well, if anything, he'll be better.
Is there anything else anyone wants to ask?
You still haven't told us what being your champions entails.
I thought that was obvious. Apparently not. I want you to stop these snake people from whatever it is that they're doing to help set the balance of this world.
Seems simple enough. I think we were planning on doing that anyway.
Well, so far you've had run-ins, feelings, nothing major yet. You're still too weak to take them on head-on right now. You need to get stronger.
Gotta do some grinding.
So when
What
you
do you
leave here, continue on your journey. Do the things you have sworn to do. Grow in power. And keep your eye out for any ways to continue along your path to becoming aspects.
Okay.
When you are strong enough, you will know that you can handle the snakes.
I have one more thing.
Hmm.
If I'm going to be able to fulfill our side of the bargain, I can't do that if I'm enthralled to whatever gave me this and I hold up my left hand.
Yes, I imagine. You probably can't.
Is there anything you can tell me about this that might be able to help me?
You're not strong enough to deal with it right now.
I don't know that we can avoid going there. He seems quite insistent on me going right now.
Yes, I suppose he is rather impatient for you. Tell him... Yes, this will keep him off of you for long enough. Perhaps you could use it to your advantage. Tell him... that you are going to seek this Staff of Oktug for him.
Staff of...
Put it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was exactly how I thought it was spelled. I'm so happy I was right.
Tell him that you are going to find the Staff of Oktug for him. I imagine that will buy you plenty of time. Of course, that does mean you're going to have to go find it, though, dear.
What is it?
Well, it's a staff, in case that wasn't obvious.
Thank you for the clarification.
Well, it seems I need to do a lot of clarifying today with you. The Staff of Oktug is a very powerful artifact that was wielded by an orc shaman during the First War of this world. I imagine it's going to be very difficult for you to obtain. Being that it was lost during the war, I suggest you start looking in Fort Storvig across the sea first.
Is that name familiar to me?
Huh?
Is that name familiar to me?
The name isn't, the story is. You are aware that the orcs during the First War had a few powerful shamans that were aiding them. And you are aware that many treasure hunters would come through Nisiovas, specifically on their way south, trying to locate many of these lost orc relics in the hopes of either gaining treasure or gaining power. So this does line up with what you know.
Okay.
It is an item that your patron, we'll say, is most interested in obtaining. Among many others, but that's the only one I could think of that you could probably obtain. The rest would probably get you killed, and I don't want that.
And why would we get this for him?
To buy us time.
Well,
Buy
I know
you
that,
time,
but
and then you can wield it against him, of course. I thought that was obvious, too.
I didn't want to say it in case you could hear.
I can't. I don't know how, but okay.
Oh, you don't have to worry about him hearing anything in here, dear.
Well, that's a first. I've been worrying about that for a long time now.
Just in here, though.
Well, nice while it lasted.
Us aspects are able to peer into many things throughout the world, but we can't peer on each other.
See an aspect then?
No, I'm saying that he can't peer on me because I'm an aspect.
Okay.
I thought that was obvious, too.
You said you can't peer on each other.
Well, yes. Sorry, improper wording. I need coffee. And she gets up and goes over to the table. She goes over to the table with all the beakers and everything and the strange leaves and concoctions. And you realize that a fair amount of it is, in fact, coffee and tea. Would anybody else like some?
I kind of stared at her incredulous for a second and then just nod.
Calare, Maelik?
I'm okay. No.
You're sure? I promise I'm not going to kill you.
If you wanted to, you would have.
Ah, there's a smart lad. She gets 3 cups of coffee together, brings back over to the table, puts one in front of Morgaine, one in front of Leon. She sits down, starts drinking. I may be an aspect, but that doesn't mean that I'm above such things as needing to eat or drink. And especially coffee. I do love coffee.
I make my hand dark again.
It grows dark again?
Just put my hand up just sort of so I can be seen in the middle of the table where everyone's like, what does this do? Will I hurt them?
No. It's just dark. You are creating a void of light.
I create an experiment, and she tries to do it across her entire body.
It just slides along your body. Seems like if you had to describe it, it's anti-light.
Sweet. I can be
It's-
anti-light.
Pure dark black. It's Vanta black.
So trendy.
Yep.
Excellent. I stop. You spoke
She
of
just
this
sits there sipping her coffee.
power between us. What does this mean?
It means... How do I explain this? I want you to be my chosen. To represent death in all its glory, in all its meaning. I want you to be the first cleric of death. And she gives you a long look.
Calare just nods.
And there is some benefit to it for you. You will gain power as you grow. The more you embrace it, the more you shall obtain.
Okay. And then she'll finally get off the table and sit down at a chair.
Ah, much better. Now I can use my table for what it was meant to be. And she puts her cup down on the table. So, any other questions? Would you like me to tell you what your horoscope is? That's a joke. Don't ask me for what your horoscope is. I don't appreciate jokes like those.
That's not your particular aspect, I assume.
What, astrology?
Yes.
No, that's a bunch of poppycock created by the people that want to just make a little bit extra money.
Are we done? And she'll just look at everyone else.
Are you?
I think we are.
Hmm.
Are there any obvious questions that we should have asked?
Are there? And she gives you a look. It's like a... If there are, you should probably ask them now. Oh, hold on a second. Before the dog goes running off with you. She turns and looks at Good Boy, who's just been sitting there the whole time, just wagging his tail, looking at her. She puts a hand out, and she waves it above the dog, and you see the same green mist descend over the dog. And you see his fur shift to a dark black. His body grows substantially longer and bigger. Imagine going from the size of, let's say, a beagle to probably the size of a pit bull. No, not pit bull. Like a Rottweiler. You see a second head grow out. The fangs get a lot bigger, and his eyes get darker. And you see this much larger dog sitting there, still wagging his tail with his tongue sticking out, still looking stupid as ever. She goes, there we go, much better. Can't be a proper aspect of death if I don't have a death dog.
Death dog.
Yes.
Oh, who came up with that name?
My guess would be those lovely folks at Wizards of the Coast.
It's a very
How do we
creative name.
find these wizards and how do we kill them?
I believe they're in Washington, my dear.
I haven't heard of that country.
It's
Calare's
very far away, and
Calare's
through a few
gonna-
universes.
put us back on track. Calare's going to stand up, and if there's nothing else, we should get going.
Very well. And the death dog runs up to you, Calare, puts both his paws on your shoulders now. He is like head height with you, and gives you 2 licks, both cheeks.
I pat one head and then pat the other.
He gets down, tail wagging, very happy. He runs over to each of you, starts like bumping up against Morgaine, which is very awkward because he's much bigger and nearly knocks you on your ass.
I think 2 heads made it twice as annoying too.
I can say food twice as often now.
Runs over, pounces on Maelik. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's like the bad one. Okay. 13.
Yeah, you get knocked on your ass. The dog pounces on you, knocks you onto your ass, and stands above you, licking you. Rotating back and forth from one head to the other, just...
Oh, and I have nowhere to roll over now. Because
I'm going to whistle the dog off him, like...
The dog gets off, and it goes back and it tries to go over to Leon to give him a kiss, and then Ava just lets out a hiss, and the dog just kind of walks past you to the old woman.
The dog got smarter.
I've got one more question. What happened to my clothes when this this is for you, Ark, and not the witch. I want to know if I'm clothed right now or how weird this situation is.
You're clothed. Your armor, your clothes, everything that you had on you seemed to merge into your body. At least what couldn't be worn.
Kind of like when he turns into a bear.
Yeah. Kinda. I guess that's it.
Well, I guess now we know what killed all those people in the campsite a long time ago.
We can talk about all that later.
I'm going to hang back when everyone leaves, because I do want to ask her a question without the others there.
Alright, so the rest of you guys go out.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Calare, you stay behind and shut the door as they walk out, just being like, give me a minute.
Yeah, pretty much. I probably don't even say that, I just usher them out, close the door.
Alright.
Nothing to say to them right now.
Onyx and Neil, take your headphones off.
No, doesn't matter. It's not a big deal.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Would I be standing here if they hadn't have brought me here?
No. You should thank your friend Leon for it. It was his thinking to try to find a way to bring you back.
Thank you for your honesty. And I will continue being who I am.
It's who you are that made me want you in the first place. Also, as my first cleric, I will give you this one small gift. Your snake is still alive. He makes his way towards you. It will take time, though.
Thank you.
He is not dead.
No doubt we shall be in contact again.
Oh, of course. I have my ways.
With that, she nods and leaves. Joins the others outside. God damn it.
And that is where we're going to end it.
Really?
Uh,
Because there are
Casey-
definitely things she'd want to say, but I think Casey's gone off.
Yeah. Casey unfortunately disconnected. She had an issue with her computer. So yeah, we're gonna end it there, and we will pick up next Saturday with more wonderful adventures of the Death Crew. Now, is that what should we name your group that? The Death Crew?
It's better than enslaved to the omniscient watcher person.
Minions of the Watcher.
The hopelessly wandering crew.
The Watchers on the wall.
We've just been doing stuff this whole game, not knowing
We
at
have
all what's
no-
going on.
An idea what I'm doing the whole game.
I feel like this episode is the first time any of you guys have a remote clue what the fuck is going on in the world.
Pretty much.
Oh wait, plot? Where?
Plot that's not related to us individually.
Yeah, looking for someone in the woods.
Strange dreams.
Strange dream.
Suddenly, all the pieces are starting to come together.
There was pirates.
Arr.
Pirates.
There was pirates.
Which we should really do
We
something
kind
about
of
them.
just dipped, yeah. we did just leave.
I think our captain's still supposed to take us to Marheim first. It's fine.
So, Volanda / Blood. How you doing after that,
I'm good.
everything?
I'm good. That was fun. What? It was.
Did you like my death experience?
It was interesting. Let's go with that one.
Interesting is how they are. Yep.
Yeah, interesting. I like the whole death aspect thing. It's gonna be rad. Mainly because it makes her uncomfortable, which is why it's rad as fuck for me.
She seems very uncomfortable. I got
Oh,
scared.
there will be words. There will definitely be words.
No doubt.
So
So,
I'm very excited for that.
Blood, favorite part, and where can we find you?
Um.
I'm stealing your thing today.
Oh, you are. You're gonna host, are you? All right. I'll let you close down the stream. I'm gonna be you
All right,
guys.
let me
Yeah,
get
it was
OBS
cool,
open.
man.
Let me get OBS open. I still have your key saved.
Yeah, sure. I liked I liked him turning into a fucking were snake. That was rad. I love that. That was cool.
I told you it wasn't me.
It wasn't you? Yep.
Wasn't me.
It's indirectly you.
That's indirectly.
Indirectly.
This is your fault. You were like, no, they're having a go at the horses, and then like your inner demon went, fuck that shit. I'll kill everyone who's fucking with the horses. So you know, that's cool. You can find me basically. Actually, I'll do my outro afterwards. So yeah, that was
Awesome.
fun. That was cool.
All right, gonna save that. It's gonna save your shit for last.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna do a quick shot for Casey. Then Casey's favorite part was probably everything.
Anything that involves a dog.
No, Casey probably fucking hates me right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, insensitive, bro. I was literally in the middle of writing the word harsh, dude.
I can't help it that my notes coincided very poorly with events. I've had this planned for a little while.
Hey.
Oh, all right.
She's
Casey.
back. Oh no.
What was your favorite part? Where can we
Oh,
find you?
Fucking son of a bitch.
Hi. My favorite part was my
Fuck this.
what? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
No, no,
My
it's
freaking
not your
computer froze. I think it's a stupid camera.
That's okay.
My favorite part was the actually I really like the stuff with my family because I really liked all that stuff. I'm really excited for this. I'm finding my family. And I liked the bartender guys that you made. That was pretty cool. And the thing with Junios?
Julius, yeah.
Julius. I liked that. I want to interact with him more. He's so scummy. I love him. You can find me at Child of Ginevra on Twitter, and you can. That's it. That's my social.
It's the one.
That's my social.
Okay. Onyx.
I'm gonna guess that if I'd heard it, then the death speech would have been my favorite because those are always good.
Yeah, true.
You guys definitely would have liked it.
But my favorite part that I was here for was probably just the whole thing with the death aspect. I think it's cool that we just randomly got to meet one of the aspects that we've all heard about or characters at least I've heard about their whole lives. And it's like, oh, there's one right here, and then she's just a normal person that's kind of creepy.
Spoilers, but the aspects, yeah, totally normal people. Just a lot more power.
They're just like level 20 people.
Something like that.
You can find me on Twitter at OnyxQWE. And yeah, that's it.
Neil, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Bardic Martin. My favorite part was the dog was very annoying.
Oh. Don't be a hater.
I like how that irritated Maelik for 10 minutes. But he couldn't stop it. He couldn't make it stop. And Ava was a bitch. Can we talk about that? Holy shit.
Wait, Luca actually told us that a long time ago.
I mean, he did, but like, come on. I feel like I've been all right. I mean, I don't think that she like has to like me, but come on. Like, just rude. I don't like you. Well, I mean, I've been kind of nice. You gave me a bath once. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, but you were in a different form.
I was.
Yeah, does she know that cat was you?
Yeah,
Probably not.
I changed in front of her, so yeah.
Creepy. Don't change in front of cats, or you pervert.
I don't
They're the
think
ones
I
that
care a
sit there and
whole
stare at you.
lot. Okay, I'm done. That's
All right.
I'm moving on.
As for myself, you can find me on Twitter at arch_DND, where I rekindled the hashtag Tweets and Dragons. Go check that out because it's a lot of fun. You get to choose your own adventure type thing.
We're a good hero.
Make it a bard. Make it a bard.
Apparently,
Bard,
I think it is a bard.
It
Yes.
has to be.
Ended.
It looks like a goblin bard now.
Yes.
Yep, it's a
This is
goblin
the
bard.
best it could have been.
Green hero.
Good green hero.
You could also find myself and Neil and Valanda and Casey on the Lucky Die podcast. Go check that out because we're awesome. And yeah, my favorite part was pretty much all of it.
Good to know.
Because I loved the jokes in the past where it's like, oh my god, I fucking hate Casey's family, did so many of them and all that. And like the whole time I'm looking at my notes going, yes. Yeah.
You have
And
so,
we get there and
yes.
there's none of them.
such a big family. This is great.
So mean. Just,
Family.
my family's all gone. I'm so excited to see my brother and my cousins.
This is what happens when Arch gets annoyed at you for having too many named people.
Just,
just all
get rid of
disappear.
them all.
Disappear.
In my defense, I
Goodbye.
have planned out since like episode 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
Onyx, you know, I plan things way in advance.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like, oh, you fell down a giant chasm. Well, there's a whole Drow city that I've planned for a long time here. Okay.
To be fair, you guys knew about the Drow City.
Yeah.
That's true. We did.
But yeah, and going back to Valanda or Blood. Fuck.
Blood.
Same
It's
shit.
Always blood. Same shit, different day. Yeah, that was fun. That was very, very cool. Interesting. We'll go with that. Okay, so you can find me on Twitter at blood_BTP, bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk for the websitey stuff. I've got 2 podcasts hopefully coming out this week. Tuesday is a new episode of the White Vault, and on Thursday I'm hoping should be the first episode of Podgate 1, which is just a hoot right, and check out my Twitch and see all that stuff. Next time online is going to be in a few hours. Yeah, probably in a few hours, where I'm going to be playing the Beyond on Skagess channel, so go check that out and hit him up a follow because the guy is rad and very, very fun. I think that may possibly be it for me this week. Yes, that's probably it. So, without much further ado, got to thank Kevin MacLeod for all the free ass music because it was free, so when Contact.com we don't have to pay for anything, and that makes me very, very, very happy. And is there anything anyone would like to shout into the void before we finally shut down for the night?
Calare, are you in there?
Come out and play.
No.
Alright, in that case, drink up, cover the bar
Calare's not in the
bitches,
void anymore.
and we'll catch you another time. Good night.
Bye.